Wealthy hotel owner checks in secretly. Receptionist has no clue he's the boss. Have you ever walked into a place and felt like you didn't matter? Not in a deep way, but like nobody even saw you standing there. That's exactly how Henry Brooks feels today. He's 65 years old, the big boss of Brooks Haven Resorts. Rich, famous, powerful, but right now, no one gives him a glance. Funny enough, this isn't just any place. It's the star of his hotel chain, where one night costs more than most folks' monthly pay. Yet here's Henry, in the lobby of his own hotel, waiting like he's nobody. He might as well be a stranger who got lost. But Henry isn't here for a break. He's been getting complaints, guests saying they're treated badly at this hotel. He could fix things from his office with a few calls. But Henry knows problems like this need to be faced head-on. Today, he's here to find out what's really going on. No fancy car dropped him off. He's not in his usual sharp suit either. Instead, he's wearing an old jacket, worn jeans, and a cap pulled low over his eyes. He's hiding who he is, sneaking in to see how his hotel treats people. As he steps through the grand doors, Henry pauses for a moment. He looks around the shiny lobby, full of pride. Every light, every tile, he picked them to make guests feel special. But today, the place feels cold, like something's missing. Henry walks to the front desk, eyeing the two people there. One is Sarah Miller, a young woman with short dark hair, glued to her phone. The other is Lily Tran, a new intern, standing nervously nearby. Henry stops in front of the desk, waiting quietly. He hopes Sarah will notice the guest standing right there. But Sarah doesn't look up, her fingers tapping away on her phone. Lily glances at Henry, her eyes kind but unsure. She starts to step forward, like she wants to help. Sarah shoots her a sharp look, shaking her head slightly. Lily freezes, her face turning red, and steps back. Henry clears his throat, a small sound to get attention. Sarah doesn't move, still lost in her phone. Lily fidgets, looking like she wants to say something. Sarah mutters under her breath, "Stay out of it, Lily." Henry frowns, a spark of annoyance growing inside. He's used to warm welcomes wherever he goes. Now, he feels like a ghost, not worth a second look. He taps lightly on the desk, trying to stay calm. The sound fades into the huge lobby, like it never happened. A heavy feeling hits Henry, disappointment mixed with anger. This isn't just bad service, it's a sign of trouble. The complaints about his staff are starting to make sense. Standing in his own hotel, Henry feels small for the first time in years. He tells himself this is just the beginning. He's here to uncover what's wrong with his hotel. Henry's spent his life building this business, and he won't let it fail. Today, he's ready to dig into whatever's hiding here. The moment drags on, and Henry can't wait anymore. "Excuse me," he says, his voice soft but clear. Sarah looks up slowly, like it's a huge effort. Her eyes scan Henry, his old shoes, plain jacket, gray hair. Her mouth twists, not into a smile, but something cold and bored. "Yeah?" Sarah says, her tone flat, almost annoyed. It's one word, but it feels like Henry's bothering her. Lily shifts behind her, looking uncomfortable. She opens her mouth, like she wants to speak. Sarah glares at her again, and Lily closes her mouth fast. Henry swallows his frustration, keeping his voice steady. "I have a reservation," he says. "My name's Henry Brooks." Sarah sighs and glances at the computer screen. Her fingers move slowly, like she doesn't care at all. Henry can tell she's not really trying. Lily watches, biting her lip, like she knows something's wrong. A second later, Sarah looks back at Henry, her face blank. "No name here," she says sharply. Her phone buzzes, and her eyes dart to it instantly. Lily steps forward hesitantly. Maybe I can check, she starts. Her voice soft. Sarah cuts her off. I said there's nothing. Lily, back off. Lily's cheeks flush, and she looks down, embarrassed. Henry knows something's off. He booked the room himself and got an email to prove it. There's no way he messed up, not in his own hotel. Can you check again, please? Henry asks, staying polite. Sarah's eyes narrow, and she sighs louder, not hiding her irritation. I told you, it's not there, she snaps. Maybe you got the wrong hotel. Her words are casual but sharp, like Henry's a confused old man. Lily looks at him, her eyes apologetic, but she stays quiet. Henry feels his chest tighten, anger mixing with disappointment. He's lived long enough to spot the judgment in Sarah's gaze. It's the kind of look he never expected in his own place. But he keeps his cool, not ready to react yet. He pulls out his phone, finds the email, and holds it out. Here's my confirmation, he says calmly. Please look at it. Sarah barely glances at the screen before turning away. Her voice drips with attitude. Our system doesn't make mistakes, she says. You probably booked the wrong place or date. Lily shifts again, looking like she wants to help. She starts to speak, but Sarah's glare stops her cold. Henry feels the sting of Sarah's words. This isn't a mix-up, it's something deeper. Sarah's acting like he's nobody, not worth her time. Just an older guy in plain clothes, out of place in her fancy world. Henry looks at Lily, who seems torn, wanting to do the right thing. Sarah's control over her makes Henry's stomach twist. I'd like you to check one more time, he says, his voice firm but kind. Sarah's head snaps up, clearly annoyed now. She acts like Henry's wasting her precious time. Slowly, she puts her phone down, the sound sharp on the desk. Mr. Brooks, she says, her voice thick with sarcasm. I already told you, your name's not here. Maybe try another hotel. People get confused sometimes. Her words cut deep, implying Henry doesn't belong here. Lily's eyes widen, like she can't believe Sarah's tone. Henry feels the insult in every word. This isn't a mistake, it's on purpose. He looks at Sarah, trying to read her smug expression. Her cold eyes meet his, almost daring him to push back. There's a boldness in her that makes Henry pause. This kind of rudeness doesn't feel like a one-time thing. Well, can I check the system with you? Henry asks, still polite. It won't take long. Sarah laughs softly, a sound full of mockery. She glances at nearby guests, like she wants them to see him struggle. Lily looks like she's about to step in again. Sarah hisses, Don't, Lily, I'm handling this. Lily shrinks back, her face full of guilt. Sarah's fingers tap the keyboard, but it's clear she's not trying. I don't know why you're pushing this, Mr. Brooks, she mutters. She turns the screen toward him for a split second, then pulls it back. It's a small move, but Henry gets it. She's playing games, trying to make him doubt himself. Henry sees it now, this isn't just bad service. Sarah's deliberately making him feel small, hoping he'll leave. It's a trick he's heard about, something sneaky staff sometimes do. Lily's silence tells him she knows it's wrong but can't speak up. He wonders if this is just Sarah or a bigger problem. Henry steps back, keeping his face calm, though his mind races. Sarah doesn't know she's just shown him something big. Her rudeness has revealed trouble in his hotel. He smiles faintly, hiding the fire inside. Okay, maybe I got it wrong, he says, his voice steady. I'll stay here a bit to check my email, if that's fine. Sarah shrugs, her face blank, already back to her phone. Lily glances at Henry, her eyes saying she's sorry. Sarah doesn't care he's still there, like he's invisible again. Henry pretends to look at his phone, but he's thinking fast. A plan forms in his mind. If something's wrong here, he's going to find it. Sarah and anyone like her will learn they can't act this way. Henry knows this is just the start. He glances at Lily, who looks trapped behind Sarah. Her kindness stands out against Sarah's coldness. Henry decides he'll do more than watch. He steps away from the desk, his heart heavy but focused. Back at his office that evening, Henry makes a call. He asks his trusted team to dig into what's happening at the hotel. He wants to know about Sarah and why she acts so bold. He can't shake the image of Lily wanting to help but being stopped. Something's not right, and he's determined to find out what. The next morning, his team has answers. They found out Sarah's close with the hotel manager, Tom Reed. Too close, rumors say they're dating, and Tom lets her do whatever she wants. Guests have complained about Sarah before, but Tom buries the reports. Henry's blood boils, but he stays calm. This explains Sarah's confidence and the hotel's problems. He decides it's time to return, not as a stranger, but as himself. The next day, Henry walks into the hotel again. This time, he's in a sharp suit, his head held high. The lobby feels different now, like it knows who's back. He heads straight to the front desk, where Sarah's sitting. Lily's there too, sorting papers, looking nervous as always. Sarah looks up, sees Henry's suit, and flashes a big smile. "Good morning, sir," she says, her voice warm and fake. She doesn't recognize him from yesterday. "How can I help you today?" she adds, all charm. Lily glances at Henry, her eyes widening slightly. She remembers him, but she stays quiet, unsure. Henry keeps his face neutral, though anger simmers inside. "I'd like to speak to the manager," he says, his tone even. Sarah's smile falters for a second, but she recovers. "Of course, sir, I'll get him right away." She picks up the phone, her voice sweet as she calls Tom. Lily watches, her hands twisting nervously. A minute later, Tom Reed walks out, all smiles. He's a tall man with slick hair, looking confident. "Welcome, sir," Tom says, shaking Henry's hand. "What can I do for you?" Henry looks at him, then at Sarah, who's still smiling. "I'm Henry Brooks," he says, his voice clear and strong. The air shifts, Sarah's smile freezes, and Tom's eyes widen. Lily gasps softly, her hands stopping mid-motion. "I own this hotel," Henry continues, his gaze steady. "And I was here yesterday. As a guest." Sarah's face pales, her mouth opening slightly. Tom's confidence cracks, his smile turning shaky. Henry keeps going, his voice calm but firm. "I came to check on complaints about how guests are treated. I booked a room, but you, Sarah, told me it didn't exist." Sarah stammers, I didn't know it was you, sir." Henry raises a hand, stopping her. "You didn't need to know who I was," he says. "You're supposed to treat every guest with respect." He turns to Tom, who's sweating now. "And you," Henry says, his eyes narrowing. "I found out you've been covering for Sarah's behavior. Guests have complained, but you hid their reports." Tom tries to speak. "Mr. Brooks, I can explain." "There's nothing to explain," Henry cuts in. "This hotel is my life's work, and you've let it down." He looks at Sarah again, her face now red with shame. "You dismissed me yesterday, mocked me, and stopped Lily from helping." Lily's eyes drop to the floor, like she's scared to be mentioned. Henry softens his voice, glancing at her. "Lily, you wanted to do the right thing. I saw that." Then he faces Sarah and Tom, his tone hard again. "This stops now," he says. "Sarah, you're fired." Sarah gasps, tears welling up, but she doesn't argue. Tom, you're fired too, Henry adds. You've failed as a manager. Tom's face falls, his mouth opening, but no words come out. The lobby is silent, guests and staff watching in shock. Henry takes a deep breath, looking around. This hotel is about making people feel welcome, he says loudly. Not making them feel small. He turns to Lily, who's staring wide-eyed. Lily, step up to the desk, he says gently. I think you'll do better than they did. Lily blinks, stunned, but nods slowly. Henry looks at Sarah and Tom one last time. Pack your things and leave, he says. They stand there, frozen, as Henry walks away. He feels the weight lift off his chest. The hotel is his again, and he'll make it right. He knows there's more work to do, more to fix. But today, he's taken the first step. Henry steps into the elevator, his mind clear. He's not just saving his hotel, he's saving its heart. The doors close, and he knows he's ready for what's next. The lobby buzzes with whispers, but Henry's already planning. This is his legacy, and he'll fight for it. No one will tear it down, not now, not ever.